time to call your lawyer.
And we call our lawyer and friend, Bruce L. Scheiner. Ask him the question of the week, which might have been the one you submitted. If you've never submitted a question for Bruce, but you've often thought of it, well, I'll tell you how to go about that coming up in just a moment as well. First of all, I want to caution you, what you're about to hear is general legal conversation, should not be considered as specific advice in your specific situation. You've got to sit down face-to-face with a lawyer for that kind of information. Good news is Bruce L. Scheiner & Associates offer a free consultation. I'll tell you how to contact them in just a moment. But some good legal advice we can pass along to absolutely everybody. Don't make any statements. Don't let anyone record any conversations. Don't sign any documents until you've seen a legal professional. Let's see what Bruce thinks of today's legal brain teaser. Would you please help me welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. How are you this morning?
Doing just fine, and how are you?
Doing very well, thanks.
Good. Glad to hear it. Got kind of a lengthy question here this week, but for somebody who really needs some solid advice about where to go next in their legal situation. So if it's okay with you, I'm just going to plow right into it and give you the bulk of the time to respond. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's the question. I was biking with a few friends in Port Charlotte when I was involved in an accident. We just made a turn onto a side street with a bike lane when I rode over a misaligned sewer grate. My front tire dropped into the slot in the grate, stopping the bike instantly and tossing me over the handlebars. I was rushed to the emergency room where I was treated for head trauma. I had a helmet on, a broken collarbone, and a torn rotator cuff, which will require surgery and at least 8 weeks of rehab. It turns out that the grate was running perpendicular to the road rather than horizontal, which is the correct way for those grates to be installed. When the city was contacted, they said they had an independent contractor who inspects and maintains the sewer system. Can I get help for my medical bills and lost wages from either the city or the contractor or both? As is often the case when we have these kinds of questions, Bruce, there are a lot of moving parts here. So why don't you just go ahead and dive in?
Yeah, this is a pretty difficult question. First of all, cities are entitled to sovereign immunity, and it depends on the factual situation whether they're responsible.
Okay.
I think in general, you would say that it depends on how long the condition was there as to whether the city should have been on notice that there was a dangerous condition.
Okay.
You know, did someone turn the grate the night before? If they did, how would anybody know about it, and how would they be able to correct it? I don't think they would be liable.
Okay.
If the condition was there for some time, somebody should have realized it was like that and corrected it.
Okay.
The same thing with the independent contractor. How often are they required to inspect it? When was the last time they inspected it? What was the condition when they inspected it? So it's not an easy yes or no case. It depends on the conduct of the parties and when the grate was turned around, or possibly somebody could establish that it was installed incorrectly, and in that case, several people would be responsible.
We were thinking when we were kicking this around behind the scenes, so to speak, that maybe somebody somewhere along the line actually complained to the municipality, the contractor, somebody, and said, hey, this needs to be fixed or adjusted. If there was record of that, then that would make a difference, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would make a big difference, and that would make a very strong case.
It's almost too ideal to have happen, but it's the kind of thing you would need a professional to really dig and find.
That is correct, but a lot of times we have our own full-time investigator. He comes up with gems like that for us all the time, and it really, really makes our case.
Yeah, and the experience of such an investigator, they know where to look to find those kinds of things. So that's what you need. That's what needs to happen here. Get to a legal professional, lay it all out in front of him or her, and see what they have to say next.
I agree 100%, Todd.
All right, Bruce, let's hope for a speedy recovery. There's a lot going on here with the broken collarbone and the rehab and everything. It's not going to be an easy or quick recovery, but let's make sure it is a financially sound recovery and see if we can't get this person some help. Thanks again for helping us understand the law a little bit better.
Hey, Todd, it's my pleasure, and I look forward to speaking to you next week.
Us too. Let's give it up again for Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, and the answer of the week. Now, if you'd like to submit a question for next week or a future installment of Ask the Lawyer, simply go to the website, look for BLS Bruce L. Scheiner on the homepage at KixCountry929.com. If you're in a legal situation that requires more immediate help, it's understandable you wouldn't want to wait to hear what happens on the radio, so why not call the office of Bruce L. Scheiner & Associates in Port Charlotte at 941-743-7777 for a free initial consultation. That's 743-7777. Tell them that Todd sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.